A boundary is like a rule that we set for ourselves to keep us feeling safe and comfortable with other people. There are a few different types of boundaries. First, we have physical boundaries. A physical boundary is the amount of space we need to feel comfortable around other people. A physical boundary is like an invisible fence around each of us. Some people need a lot of personal space, and some people only need a little bit of personal space to feel comfortable. Let's look at some examples of physical boundaries.
Hey, Emma, can I give you a hug?
Hey, I don't like hugs very much. Can we high five instead?
Sure.
Does Emma like hugs? What type of touch does Emma like instead? This is an example of someone setting a physical boundary. Emma told Mallory she doesn't like hugs very much and would like to high five instead. Emma set a rule for how Mallory could touch her. Let's look at one more example.
Hey Ava, what's up?
Does it look like Ava's boundary has been crossed? What did Jake do to cross Ava's boundary? Let's look at Ava's face and body language. How can we tell that her boundary has been crossed? We can look for clues to let us know if someone is uncomfortable. When someone is uncomfortable, they may frown, their eyes may get wide to show us that they're scared, or their face might scrunch to show us that they're angry. We can also tell by looking at body language. Often, if someone needs more personal space, they may lean or step back, or even put their hands up to say they don't want you to come any closer. In this example, Ava frowned and her eyes got wide. She also started to lean back. These clues let us know that Ava was uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, Ava. Do you need a little bit more space?
Yes, please. Thanks, Jake. That's a lot better. Do you want to walk to class together?
Sure, I'd love to.
What did Jake do when he noticed that Ava was uncomfortable? This is another example of a physical boundary. Ava felt uncomfortable when Jake was standing so close to her. Jake noticed that Ava was feeling uncomfortable, so he backed up and gave her some more space. Some people need a lot of space in order to feel comfortable, and some people don't need as much. It can sometimes be hard to let someone know that they've crossed our physical boundary, so it's important that we do keep our eyes out for those clues that can let us know when someone is uncomfortable. If we ever notice that someone looks uncomfortable when we are trying to touch them or talk to them, what do you think we should do? If we notice that someone is looking uncomfortable, we should always stop what we are doing, ask them if they are okay, and then respect their boundaries. Another type of boundary we have is called an emotional boundary. This is a rule we set for how other people can act around us. Let's look at some examples of people setting their emotional boundaries.
Hey Sophia, how are you?
Hey Olivia, I'm really good. I just started a new job and I have a really cute coworker named Alex. I think I have a crush on Alex.
That's exciting. Do you think you'll ask him out on a date?
I think I'm ready to tell him yet. I want to get to know him a little bit more before I decide. You're the only person I have told so far. Can you please not tell anyone else? I don't want someone else to know and then tell Alex about my crush.
Okay, I won't tell anyone else.
What information did Sophia ask Olivia to not share with anyone else? There are some things we tell our good friends that we don't want other people to know yet, like who we have a crush on. Sophia is setting an emotional boundary with Olivia by telling her that she doesn't want anyone else to know about her crush yet. If Olivia told someone else about Sophia's crush on Alex, how do you think that would make Sophia feel? When we ask our friends not to share who we have a crush on with other people, we trust them to not share. If they do share, that is an example of someone breaking an emotional boundary. Although that doesn't hurt our bodies, that could hurt our feelings. Setting emotional boundaries helps keep us feeling safe and comfortable with other people. Let's look at another example of someone setting their emotional boundary. Ben and Liam are friends. They like to hang out together. Ben likes to text Liam when they're not hanging out to see what Liam is up to. Liam feels like he needs more space and wishes that Ben wouldn't text him so much.
Hey Liam, what's up? What are you doing? Do you want to hang out? We could go play basketball. Liam, why ain't you texting me back? Do you not want to be my friend anymore? Liam!
Hey Ben, I'm busy right now and I can't text you. It makes me feel stressed when you text me so many times in a row. So please stop texting me for now, and I will text you when I have the time, okay? If you don't stop texting me, I'm going to tell my mom about this.
I'm sorry, Liam. I didn't mean to make you feel stressed. I will wait until you have time. Have a good day, bro.
How did Liam feel when Ben texted him so many times before Liam responded? What did Liam want Ben to do? This is another example of someone setting their emotional boundaries. Liam felt stressed when Ben texted him so many times. Liam told Ben how he felt and set his emotional boundaries by telling Ben that he would text him back when he had time. Sometimes we cross boundaries even with our close friends, and it is important to listen when someone sets their boundaries with us. Here's one last example. Sarah and Michelle are friends and they work together. Today they are working the same shift.
Hey, Sarah.
Hey, Michelle.
What's wrong?
I'm having a rough day, but I really don't want to talk about it right now.
Come on, Sarah. You can tell me what's wrong. I'm your friend.
I don't want to talk about it right now. Maybe later.
Sarah, what's wrong? I don't like what you said. Please tell me what's wrong. Sarah, what's wrong? What's wrong?
Did Michelle cross Sarah's boundary? How did Michelle cross Sarah's boundary? What should Michelle have done when Sarah told her that she wasn't ready to talk about what was making her upset? This is an example of an emotional boundary. Sometimes when we are upset, we're not ready to talk to our friends about what's making us upset quite yet. Sarah set her boundary by telling Michelle that she wasn't quite ready to talk about why she was feeling sad. Michelle crossed Sarah's boundary by continuing to ask Sarah what was wrong even after she said she wasn't ready to talk about it. If someone we know tells us they aren't quite ready to talk about something yet, it is our job to respect them and stop asking them to tell us. Setting emotional boundaries helps keep us feeling happy and comfortable. Social boundaries are rules that everyone has to follow when they are in public places. Social boundaries keep everyone feeling safe and comfortable in public places. Let's look at some examples of social boundaries. Natalie and Luke are dating and they work together. Today, they are working the same shift.
Hey Luke, how are you?
Hey, Natalie. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I miss you a lot. I haven't seen you all weekend and I would really like to kiss you.
Do you think it is okay for Natalie and Luke to kiss while they're at work? Why is it not okay for Natalie and Luke to kiss while they're at work? This is an example of a social boundary. Since work is a public place and kissing is a private behavior, coworkers cannot kiss while they are at work, even if they are dating, because private behaviors should only happen in private places. This is a rule that everyone has to follow in order to help others feel safe and comfortable. If Luke and Natalie want to kiss, they need to wait until they are both off of work. Let's look at another example of a social boundary. Grant and Adam are coworkers. They talk sometimes when they are working, but they don't talk or hang out much when they're not working together.
Hey Adam, how's your weekend?
Hey, Grant. My weekend was good. How was yours?
Oh boy, mine was okay. I went to the doctor and they found a rash on my private parts. I have to take medicine and put cream on the rash. It's really annoying. My doctor gave me a lot of advice how to clean myself to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Do you think it was okay for Grant to talk about a rash on his private parts with a coworker? Should you talk about your private parts in a public place? How do you think Adam felt when Grant shared too much information? Who would be appropriate people to talk to about our private body parts or what happened when we went to the doctor? This is an example of a social boundary. Grant crossed two social boundaries in this example. First, Grant talked about his private body parts in a public place. We should always make sure that we are in a private place when we talk about our private body parts. Second, Grant shared too much personal information with someone he doesn't know very well. Adam and Grant are coworkers, but not close friends. We should only tell personal information to our close friends, family members, or helping professionals like doctors or nurses. Let's look at one more example of social boundaries.
Hey, Leah. Let me introduce my friend Matt. Matt, Leah, Matt.
Hi, it's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Matt and I are going to a movie. Do you want to come?
Thank you for inviting me, but I have other plans.
Okay, well, we got to catch the movie. Bye, Leah.
Bye, Leah.
Bye Sarah, bye Matt, love you.
Why would you say that?
Do you think it was okay for Leah to tell Matt, "love you," when she said goodbye? Why do you think it is not okay to tell someone that you love them if you've just met them? How do you think Matt felt when Leah said "love you"? How can you tell that Matt felt confused and uncomfortable when Leah said "love you"? What do you think we should do if we say something and it looks like the other person is confused and uncomfortable with what we say? This is another example of a social boundary. This is a rule that everyone has to follow in order to make sure that we aren't making others feel uncomfortable. It is not okay to tell someone you love them after you have just met them, because we don't have feelings of love for strangers. We might also be making the other person feel uncomfortable by saying we love them when we have just met them. Setting boundaries helps everyone feel safe, comfortable, and happy.